After the long discussion about the governance, e-governance, challenges of the e-governance, emerging issues in e-governance, we have to think that what is my role. I already mentioned what is the role of teacher in all the system. What kind of the initiation taken by the higher education institute. Here I would like to mention some focus on that what are the initiation taken by the government to improving the service delivery. Ultimately all the higher education institutes are the part of the government, or all colleges are also part of the government. So, universities and higher education institute should be follow the some rules of the government of India while they are implementing the e-governance in their system. So, there is one important aspect is that public grievance redress mechanism in all government organization. This is nowadays this is the very important thing and part of the higher education institute, because all the citizens, all the stakeholders, they have their own rights to ask the question about the higher education system. They have a right to ask their question about the education and higher education. So, with the help of service delivery, we can be open the public grievance redress mechanism with the help of e-governance system. In India, there is very important thing is that RTI, Right to Information Act. It makes proactive voluntary disclosure mandatory for all public authorities. I think if any institute will start the e-governance system, they are very easily to reply all the RTI questions. So, when we are thinking about e-governance in higher education system, we have to think about the RTI, because a citizen or a student can ask any question anytime, and we are authority, we are a higher authority to reply our answer to the proper question. The government of India is already developed national e-governance plan. This national e-governance plan seeks to create the right governance and institutional mechanism for a citizen centric and business centric environment. All our higher education institute should be follow the national e-governance plans. We see there are the two important aspects in the national e-governance plan is that citizen centric and business centric environment. Once we will success to develop the e-environment among the stakeholders, we will be achieve all the goals of e-governance. Also this plan is based on that outcome based budget. Outcome based budget requires placing ministry spending information in public domain, information in public domain. So, information in public domain is the important part in the e-governance system. So, finally, we see that any institute or any higher education institute or university should be develop their vision in the light of the e-governance. Once they develop their vision in the light of e-governance, they have to find the different scale of skilled person to implement this action. And when we motivate all the stakeholders, all the authority to develop and to implement the e-governance plan in their institute, they will be motivated with the help of your support. Then we identify the different kind of sources, and once we are able to say that we have ample sources to implement our vision with the help of e-governance, then we can implement our plan. On the account of all our skills persons and resources, then we have to make our action plan to implement the e-governance system in higher education. Then we can see the change in higher education system, and we are able to reduce the confusion among the society. We are also reduce the anxiety from the society. We are also develop the proper action among the stakeholders of the higher education system. sometimes there will be the frustration. While we are implementing e-governance, the skilled person also face the frustration, some frustration, and we have to overcome all kind of the frustration. Friends, from this module, governance, e-governance in higher education system and challenges and emerging problems of e-governance, what we learn? If you have idea, you have to use it, do not lose it. I think this is the basic lesson for us. If we have a different kind of the ideas, we have to use it and we have to action it, do not lose it some ideas. What is the lesson number 2? If you do not avail the opportunity provided by the ICT, someone else would do so, making you surplus. So, get started in the right direction and right now. Nowadays, ICT is open, technology is open, technology never discriminate to the people. That is why if you are the first person to avail this opportunity, you will be the part of e-governance. So, you should be ready to take the opportunity which is provided by the information and communication technology. Do not lose this action. What is the lesson number 3? When we are thinking about e-governance in higher education system, we have to think big. So, think big, but start with the small action. This is the very important while we are implementing e-governance plan in higher education institute. So, think big and start small, but your scale should be very fast. What is the last and ultimate lesson from this module? That slow and steady wins the race. We are all known the stories. So, e-governance, it is not a magic, it is hard work. It should be go with the slow, steady and proper way. Then you can achieve the right speed and you can achieve the vision which is you develop even your institute. We can achieve this goal with the help of e-governance in higher education system. I hope this module will be able to do some kind of the light in the area of the governance and e-governance of higher education institute. Friends, here we learn 3-4 lessons. I think when you are the part of the e-governance system in your institute, you are the first person who is able to do the e-governance in higher education institute. I think when we learn all the aspect of e-governance, we are able to achieve the vision of higher education institute. Once we decided that we can do it, definitely we will the winner of the e-governance in higher education system. I wish to all of you that you are able to use all the learning materials in your institute to implement e-governance system in higher education, and you will get the result with the help of your students process and progress of your institute. Thank you and thank you very much. All the best.